Salutations, my Fallout lovers. It is Matty here today with a information blowout on Fallout 4's final DLC, Nuka World. Bethesda just did a Twitch playthrough of this DLC. They didn't show too much, but they showed enough to make a video's worth of information on stuff that I thought you guys would find interesting. Once again, I do remind you that if you plan on going in blind to this DLC, this is probably not a video for you because we will be talking about the beginning parts of this DLC, but Bethesda doesn't show off any of the park zones or areas you'll really be exploring in this DLC. So that's one good thing that I really did like about this stream. It's about an hour long. It's on their YouTube page as well as their Twitch page if you want to check that out. Anyway, let's start off with how they started off this DLC, which is in Fallout fashion, a radio signal. You're going to get a radio signal on your Pip-Boy, you're going to investigate it, and you're going to end up at a transit which will take you to Nuka World itself. Then you're going to have to go through the Gauntlet, which is basically known as a test to enter Nuka World, I guess we can call it. Essentially, it's a multi-area dungeon, and you can actually, all these areas I'm telling you guys about right now, you can pinpoint them on the map that Bethesda handed out both physically and digitally for the Nuka World DLC. So right now the Gauntlet and all these areas like the cola cars that we're going to be going into are on the bottom right corner of the map. So going through this area, we see tons of new enemies, we see new weapons, we see possibly the electric power armor guy in the cola cars area. But after the cola cars area, you leave and you are now in Nuka Town, aka the main hub of Nuka World, it seems like. We meet a Nuka Cola bottle robot called Nira, who seems to have a double personality where they'll glitch out and be really mean to you, and they'll also be really nice to you, so it makes for obviously an interesting conversation. This is the only area we can really track down because after this, Bethesda shows off the Nuka CADE. This is the last thing we see in this stream, and it doesn't sound like too much, but basically I'm summarizing. They do go in a lot more depth on their stream. Also, a lot of people were complaining that Bethesda isn't too good at their own games, so that's another reason why I'm trying to make a quicker version of this video so you guys don't have to sit down for an hour and likely get frustrated. So once you enter the Nuka CADE, we learned that pre-war money will actually net you Nuka CADE tokens, which is what you use to play the Nuka CADE games naturally. And I gotta give a big shout out to my boy Noah from the Ham Radio Podcast, because since 8th grade he's been telling me save your pre-war money because it doesn't weigh anything, you can always save it, and I've been doing that since Fallout 3, and now I actually have a use for my pre-war money, and I'm so glad I've been collecting it for a while, so shout out to Noah for that. Anyway, after that, he picks up a pipe pistol and goes to the target practice mini game, and as we can see when he aims down his sight, I don't see that bottle cap iron sight that I was originally talking about in my in-depth analysis. It must be missing in this build of the game or something. I don't know, it's really strange, but nonetheless, as you can see, he starts shooting down the targets, he gets points, and actually Bethesda wants us to break these mini games, and I think that's how we're going to net our tickets, because after this mini game, you see the tickets pop out and he only earns 311. That makes it a daunting task given the fact that one of the achievements involved in this DLC is about collecting thousands of these tickets. So I'm really nervous to see how exactly we're going to collect tons of those, but I'd imagine if we break the game like Bethesda did multiple times during this stream, such as taking out a minigun during a target practice mini game at the Nuka CADE, that we'll find an exploit of some form to net all of these tickets that we can use to get cool prizes. But as I said, the remainder of this DLC is just checking out all of the mini games inside the Nuka CADE. The next one we see is the hoop shot, which is exactly what it looks like. You're trying to get the basketball through the hoop, but you actually gain points if it just hits the rim, which makes sense because I think since Bethesda knows that the physics aren't going to always go in your favor, that just let them hit the rim and they'll earn some points. I'm not sure if you can exploit that, if there's a collider where I could just go up and hit it with my weapon and it would count. Who knows? I'm sure there will be an exploit found once again by some awesome YouTuber out there. But what Bethesda did was actually took a junk jet and started shooting the basketballs up into the hoop, so you can have a lot of fun with these mini games and really get creative with them. But I know all of us out there want to get all the tickets, so we're going to be looking for the way to really just break these games. The next mini game we check out is the Red Menace, which is Fallout's version of Whack-A-Mole. I could actually see the Ripper being very useful here as a means of exploiting these Whack-A-Moles and just running the weapon up and down the machine, and hopefully they just count as hits. And so I think that would work a lot better given the fact that the weapon that they give you for the Red Menace minigame really has a slow weapon speed, and I don't think that's going to help us out when we're trying to get those high scores. And the last minigame we check out is Atomic Rollers, which is exactly what it looks like once again, much like the hoop shot, ball in the hole, fairly standard for many of us out there. Shouldn't be something I have to explain. Bethesda once again breaks this game by just standing on the machine, dropping the ball in the hole and collecting their points. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video today and this summary of what exactly happened during the Nuka World live stream from Bethesda. I hope you guys are looking forward to this DLC. It looks like a blast, and I am playing it right now. I can't say anything about the game yet until it launches for all of you guys. Otherwise, I'd be breaking NDA. So yes, I just want to let you guys know I am playing it. I can't say anything outside of what we've seen officially, so I'll just leave it at that. I hope you guys enjoyed once more. Let me know your thoughts on Nuka World in the comments down below. Follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. The links are, as always, in the description down below. Check out SugarBomb.com, the place by Bethesda fans for Bethesda fans. Other than that, stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.